Oh, that's supposed to be on the trailer. It miraculously did a backflip and...
Well, I wasn't really worried much about scratching it.
Oh, hello there. Good morning, Bronco. It's December 5th. I need these. Let's unlock this truck. It's snowing. First day of snow. I should have a set of fuel injectors sitting over here. Oh yeah. But I'm hoping, I mean, the driveway still seems pretty warm. Hoping by the time I get home there's a couple inches sitting on it so I can use my plow. That would be exciting. Absolutely love remote start. Got my coffee, keys. I even went as far as to break out my winter gloves today. Oh, I really should have dusted off this snow before I got in. Oh well, let's send it. Is there a Cecilberg here? Oh, there's a Cecilberg here. And his little diesel Mercedes, it woke up this morning. It's not too cold, it's 28 degrees. Oh!
It needs every single square inch of gel coat taken off the bottom. Gel coat is too thin to take a power plane or two, so I just have to go to town at it with a belt sander.
Wow.
There's about 1,000 patches in the bottom of this boat.
There's a lot of holes in it.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't think you could find a much worse 13-wheeler than this one, honestly.
Dang, that's a shame.
Yeah.
So what do we do for these old repairs and exposed foam?
So thin on these. And if you go, there's a website called Continuous Wave. It's a really good resource for these boats. If you basically have to grind way out on all the patches and then feather it all in, it's like 2 or 3 layers of glass.
Are we doing that?
We have to. Honestly, this boat is to the point where it's almost worth just grinding it all down like this and then putting another layer of glass over the whole boat.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to the owner.
You can't paint to gel coat like this, and you can't nothing to stick to it.
Yeah. Well, I'll make a video for the owner, send it to him, and
okay.
That's gonna cost more money.
Yeah, or we could go buy a better one for like $3,500 if it's marketplace, and then just put new wood in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be like, here, brother, here's your boat.
Yeah. Let me. That's a good point. Let me talk to him and see what's going on. But
yeah. See, this is like labor of love level of work, not like
yeah.
We're gonna make this boat look pretty. Because the problem is then you put paint on it and then you hit a wave and it all just immediately stress cracks.
Well, if it's so thin on the bottom that it needs another layer, I mean that's $4,000 or $5,000 worth of work.
I mean that's just how they're built. No, it wouldn't be that much on this.
I mean, but to do a whole glass layer on the bottom?
No, we'll just wet the whole thing down and just slap it on after we grind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple $1,000 more.
It wouldn't be any more time than me putting a single layer on the floor of that boat.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I mean, but it's 20 plus hours.
Nothing takes that much. But then you got stuff like this.
Yeah.
That's an old patch right there. You can see it runs.
Yeah.
All the way from there up to here.
Yeah.
Ish.
All right. Well, I'll get with the owner and I'll take a video of some of this stuff and just explain to him how thin things are and how many patches there are.
Well, that's just how these boats are built.
Yeah.
They were cheap when they were new.
Yeah.
People love to say whalers are built great, and if you have like an Outrage 22, yes, you have a great boat. But these were just cheap little guys running around.
That's right. They built hundreds of thousands of them.
Yeah.
I like it. I got fuel injectors, so I'm going to be putting new injectors into this motor here. And it's too cold to paint intakes, but I do need to desperately clean these things out. There's all sorts of nasty stuff inside the runners of these bad boys. But I think that'll be today's low and slow project. I got the Pursuit all buttoned up last night. I didn't drop the gasket the second time.
Did you find the 12 mil sockets? Plural.
No, I did not. I found a bolt, but I did not find any 12 mil sockets. Yeah, and then I don't know if you saw this impeller.
Yeah, not good.
No blades.
Not bad.
No blades left. But yeah, I'll probably get this thing off the hoist to give these brackets a break. They're screaming. Whoops. That is gel coat just exploding off of the hull.
Yeah.
And like one layer of chopper glass.
That's what your boat's made out of right there.
Yeah, crazy.
Some open cell foam behind that.
Yeah. All right, so quick update. It was fast, but I just got off the phone with the owner. We talked him through everything we have going on. They are going to proceed with going ahead and having us belt sand this down to, well, chip off all the...
Make it look like that.
Yeah, basically bring it down to this, prep it, and then add another layer of glass, and then epoxy seal it, and then bottom paint it. But adds, you know, probably 20 plus hours of labor for the owner. But this boat does have sentimental value. It is a 1962, turns out. We just...
65.
Did you say 65 or 2?
65.
Oh, 65, sorry. It's a 65. So he wants to go ahead and go forward. You know, lots of options. You can go find a different whaler out there. You could send this off and spend 20 grand to have a perfect restoration done to it. But all said and done, you know, this is going to be about half of the cost and exposure for him to get this thing back to a safe, sealed, painted, nice looking 13 whaler for creek cruising.
100 times the emotional toll.
Harry, part of Harry goes into every boat that he does this kind of work too.
And every part leaves a little bit out right here.
Skipjack sheds a tear when he knows that his dad is doing these things.
Yeah, Skipjack's perfect and has no problem.
Which Skipjack will actually be here soon.
Got a trailer?
Yeah, we got a trailer for him. I'm excited, or her, excuse me. But oh, we also did confirm with the new 30 horsepower Daihatsu, it's a 15-inch shaft. So this little 4-inch extension that's on here, you can actually see exactly
which is good
where it is.
Look at how
it's a piece of wood, isn't it?
It's 2 pieces of wood, okay, that have been just kind of tabbed in, and then that's all just Bondo right there to make it continue. There we go.
That's awesome.
There we go. It's just Bondo to make it follow the curve of the transom.
Heck yeah.
So now I can go into the vibrating cuddy thing and just go, and then
So-
5200 of it at the bottom.
Yeah, drop this 4 inches, seal it back up, and
You can see this is the profile that would have
yeah.
followed.
Funny.
So that's awesome.
Cool. So this boat's gonna keep on chugging along. It is 28 degrees. Perfect weather for chipping gel coat off a boat.
Oh, it's great. It's like bits of my hand fall off of it too. I put my car started this morning.
They did. The diesel started. They were just fine. Swapping the spark plugs on this engine as well, of course, but it's a shame the plugs that were in it are brand spanking new, but I have one with a rusty tip on the end, so I'll throw these in the parts drawer and save them for something if we need them. And I really appreciate whoever built this engine used all the proper lubes and greases and whatnot, but sparks plugs are cheap, so might as well put new ones in here. So we'll get those plugs on this engine, and then I'm going to clean these up and get them ready for paint. There we go. New spark plugs. All set. Again, those are NGK, G-Powers. Exact replacement of what was in there. So, well, not exact, but an appropriate spark plug for this. All right, let's move on to the throttle bodies. And I mean, those are the air intakes, but these are the top of the air intakes. So these are what basically make these the Magnum intakes. So if I flip this one over, you can kind of tell Mercury's got a few different types of intakes for these. So just the standard multi-port injection intake doesn't have the high rise. It's actually a one-piece manifold, and your air intake is at the front here. The Magnums for the 7.4 liter and 8.2 liter have the intake off from the side. They say EFI on them with a cool little logo, and have this cross ram multi-port design. These are stamped Horizon because these were saltwater blocks, so they run coolant through them. If you have like a 496 Magnum, the 8.1 liter, that has a different intake. So there's a couple different kinds here for this multi-port injection. That boat's also multi-port injection, but again, has a much more performance-esque intake on it. So this is about as good as you can get for fuel injection that's stock for an 8.2 or a 7.4 liter. But we're gonna clean these up and then get them ready to be painted with our wrinkle coat red. Ooh, look at that. Two-stage throttle body. There's the first for low end, and then bop. Hope the second there's a better angle. That's sport right there. Gotta love that. Just finished roughing up these bad Larrys, but I need to get them inside so they can warm up to room temp. Same with this paint. If I apply it right now, it's going to be a disaster. So I'm going to take these home, let them get warm overnight in my house, and then paint them in my garage. Same with this paint. Let this paint warm up. Even after I paint it, though, this wrinkle paint has to be cured at 200 plus degrees. So I'm going to use the heat gun right after I paint them to heat them up, because these marine blocks are never going to get over like 180 degrees or 165 realistically. But so that's the method we have to do right now since our temperatures are so cold. That's the proper way to do it, but we're all roughed. We'll be good to go. I did realize that these inserts are plastic right here on top. So that's where you could get the other stickers that say 7.4 MPI Magnum versus these are the Horizon 7.4 MPI Magnums. They don't say Magnums on these because they got the Horizon, but they are technically Magnum intakes. So that's how you get that designation. But I guess at this point, I'm going to replace that water pump impeller on this motor since I already did this one. Or I'm waiting on parts, but I already started with this one. So I'll just get that one ready to go and figure out what I'm going to do next inside the shop today. Meanwhile, Harry has made quite a bit of progress to expose this beautiful OG chopper gun glass layer.
As the wise man once said, it's like peeling an onion, just layer after layer. There's nothing left but tears.
Yeah, and this is the much cleaner and seems like more effective way versus using a belt sander.
And the boat's too curvy and the gel coat's too thin to just use a surface planer like you would on a
Yeah.
boat.
No, this is the right move. Harry, you're doing a great job. This actually looks really good.
Yeah, okay. Finding more stuff. There's a nice split down in here. It's going to need attention.
Oh, yeah.
There's just problems everywhere.
Yep. Owner knew it, so glad we're addressing it. I'm glad we talked about it with him. Maybe once I'm done with that impeller, I hop up inside of you and see what is going on. Yeah, I know. Or even better, I'll cold start my John Deere with all the doors closed.
I will cold start my
Harry hates the smoke.
I like two-stroke, I like diesel. The smell that thing makes is just unnatural.
I won't do that to you.
Yeah.
We'll just cold start the Corvette, let it warm up and
That thing ain't gonna start.
kill us. No, it's not going to start.
Start?
Harry made fun of me earlier. I was trying to put my camera on one of the fenders over the cover.
Thing's made out of plastic.
It's plastic. You can't do that.
Copper glass.
Yeah, hear that?
Do you want me to start peeling it for you?
Yeah, and after that, after you're done there, if you don't mind. Well, we moved on to doing race car things. I am removing the gross brown from the end of these bolts that hold on the intake runners, and I'm polishing them with Scotch-Brite. So after I polish them, they look like that. Yep, that's going to add 5 horsepower. I decided to do a side quest and time these engines, which, again, we're already timed, but I did pull the distributor. So my intuition was that I had it correctly, but then I pulled the distributor cap off, and it turned out this guy was pointing over here, which number 1 on these is right here. So I just spun it around. I think I'm 180 off, so I'm going to spin the crank 180 degrees again. So you'll see we've got our TDC here, and then 34 degrees advanced is this mark here. So whoever built these engines, they timed it properly with this mark, and that's what I'm basing my number 1. So my distributor rotor should be pointing right at number 1, right at this mark, and that'll be advanced 34 degrees, which is what the internet and those that say big locks should have. So let me spin this over 180 here. I got my belt on too. Remember, this is the rebuilt one. Lots of compression. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All the compression. And let's see. There we go. Now we're there. Boom. All right. So right at our mark. There. We'll come back over here. So there we go. See, this guy's facing straight up and down. So I'm like a tooth off on my distributor. So I'm going to pull this out. What I'm going to do is rotate this one tooth over. A lot of it's by feel here. You guys see? There you go. But in the meantime, I need to line up my oil pump as well. So I need to actually rotate that like 15 degrees or so to the left. So we'll take my long screwdriver here, cock that 15 degrees, because your distributor runs your oil pump. This is how you want to pre-prime your engines too, if you want to do something like that. But I'll take this, get this a tooth off. Oh yeah, it dropped right in. Beautiful. So that's what we want. Boom. See here, look. There's number 1 on our cap. And if we set our cap down, our rotor is pointed directly at number 1. So pull our cap off. See that? Boom. That's what we like to see. And if we need to clock it a touch more, we can just rotate this. So I think I am, yeah. Just gonna rotate this a little bit. And if in the boat it's not firing or it's backfiring, we can play with this a little bit to mess with our base timing. But there we go. Unless we're 180 degrees off, in which that case, we'll pull the distributor and redo this. Well, there you go. That was a successful 8-hour day in the Boat Revival by Ben's shop. Harry made quite a bit of progress. I know this doesn't look like a lot, guys, but there was a lot of work that went into this. So, good job, Harry. Thank you for all your efforts, kind sir. And we got our transmission on this motor as well. So, waiting for a few more parts. Got to paint some intake manifolds, and then these guys will be ready in the next video, hopefully, to go into the formula. I got to prep that engine bay to receive these bad girls. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next time, and see you later.